Hi guys, welcome back to Simply Char. I'm coming to have another coffee talk with you guys. Well, you know the drill, smoothie talk. And I'm talking and I'm drinking the smoothie out of this mug. My friend Funzo ordered this for me because she was drinking out of it on FaceTime months ago. And she bought it for me because I said it was cute. So it's so cute. She just visited me too. I'm gonna link her info below because I forgot to do it last video. And the smoothie I'm drinking is banana, cacao nibs, peanut butter, hemp seeds, not poured Ripples chocolate pea milk in it. It's bomb. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. Basically, I want to talk about how I am a vegan living in the food desert. And I want to talk about it because a lot of people always say how people can be vegan and live in a food desert, or how it's impossible to do that. But they always, anytime someone speaks and share information about veganism or eating a plant-based diet, people are like, well, what about the people in the food desert, and what about those people, and some people can't, like, don't have access to these foods and all these things. And I just want to talk about my experience living in the food desert, because I lived in the food desert majority of my life. Me transitioning to veganism, like if there was any difficulties, anything like that, because I don't really talk about it that much. I spoke on it briefly, how I live in the food desert, in one of my previous videos. I think it was the video about like saving money, like shopping for vegan groceries. So I'm gonna talk about it way more in depth in this coffee talk. I just want to share information because I know it can help so many people along the line. So basically, I live in Chicago, Illinois, in the Midwest. As you probably must know, people know Chicago for being a very violent city and all that other horrible stuff. I grew up in the hood all my life, except for when I went to college. Then I was away from it. But majority of my life, I lived in the hood. I lived in impoverished neighborhoods in food deserts majority of my life. Previously, I lived in England. Like, I grew up from like when I was born to like when I was like 5 or 6 in Inglewood, which isn't a food desert anymore. So they put like a cheap Whole Foods over there, which is cheaper than the average Whole Foods, which I'm gonna speak on. And before it was like an Aldi, but like the Aldi wasn't that close to me. You know what I'm saying? So like it was nothing walking distance. It was just like liquor stores, like cheap like food, like chicken and like the greasy fatty stuff, different things like that. So I was used to like eating like chips all the time, like the 4 bag of chips for $1 type thing, and a little like disgusting little juices that's like high fructose corn syrup and all the little artificial flavoring and coloring in it. And it was just disgusting, and I was used to that, and that's how I was brought up. Like even after I left Inglewood and moved to like the southeast side of Chicago, it was still the same way. And I currently still live on the southeast side now at the age of 24, and I still live in a food desert neighborhood, even though there is a Jewel Osco, which is the Midwestern version of Kroger. I live like close to a mile away from the Jewel Osco. However, the Jewel Osco in neighborhoods that's primarily minority don't really have good produce in there. Their produce can look old. So I don't buy salads from there. I don't really get my lettuce from there, different things like that. I really avoid buying produce from there. Their fruit is good from time to time, but even their strawberries and stuff can be moldy. Just different things like that depending on what side of town you're on, which is a form of environmental racism as well. But I can get more in depth with that in another video. So basically, growing up in this type of environment, I was used to eating unhealthy foods and always eating fast food all the time because that's everything that was around me, like fast food restaurants, and it was what everyone else was used to. And of course, like, you adapt the dietary lifestyle and the hereditary lifestyle of your family, of the people in your community. And that's what majority of people eat and still eat to this day, are like the Baba's lemonade, like the seashells. If you live in Chicago, you know what I'm talking about, like the Harold's chicken, all that. Like that's what we're used to, that's what we're around, like surrounded by. We're not really surrounded by like Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, things like that. So people always ask me like, how did I become vegan even though I live in the food desert? And I can discuss that now. So basically, I talked about this like so many different times, but when my aunt got diagnosed with cancer last year, it basically, I was around her all the time, like almost every other day. I was at her house, and she had a holistic doctor, and I forgot her name. I think her name is Camilla, but I forgot her last name. I apologize if she watched this. I love you so much. But Yeah, so she was her holistic doctor and was helping her build her health back by doing like raw juices and raw smoothies, and she was just only juicing for like 2 months. And during that time, I would ask her specific questions about things because I was also wanting to learn more about the reasons why humans get cancer and why the cancer rates keep going up, 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 and heart disease keep going up, up, up for people, especially Black people in America. And I want to know because I was overweight at the time, I was unhealthy, it was very, very bad, and I was freelancing, so I wasn't really going outside and walking around as much as I used to. So I wanted to know, and she basically explained to me how she had a vegan like restaurant around the corner from my house. Like, I live on like 75th, it's on 73rd, so that's legit like a block and a half away, close to 2 blocks, like short blocks though, like not even long blocks. So I was like, wait, what? And I was like, wait, because mind you, I go to the convenience store. I used to always go to the convenience store 3 doors down from her restaurant. I never knew anything about this. And she was like, yeah, it's completely plant-based, and we're open Monday through Friday, and it's very, very nice, and you should come in there sometimes. And I never even knew this was in my community. Yeah, I didn't really think we had resources in my community. And then later on, I found out it was a farmer's market. It's somewhere near, if you live in Chicago, I'm gonna try to find the address and link the full address below, but it's kind of off 75th and Yates, in between 75th and Yates and 75th and Phillips. But I don't know the exact address. I'm gonna try to link it below. But they have like so many different resources in terms of like trying to live a healthier lifestyle, including they have a weekly farmers market. It's a garden somewhere either in this neighborhood in South Shore or in Woodlawn neighborhood. I'm not 100% sure where the garden is, but like I said, I'm gonna find out all about that below as well, and we'll try to list it below. But yeah, it's a garden, and basically they get produce from the garden and different things like that, and other farmers around like the Chicagoland neighborhood, and they have a farmers market every week. I believe it's every Saturday. And they accept food stamps, which is amazing because, like I said, I live in an impoverished neighborhood where like a lot of people are low income, and they don't make that much money, and different things like that. And it's very, very nice that they're able to provide fresh organic produce for one, a low price, and two, you can use food stamps there as well if you don't have like cash or a debit card or credit card. I think that's really, really dope. However, like I said, I didn't know anything about this, and I never really heard no one in my community talk about it because, like I said, so many people just, it's like follow the leader type thing. So they see majority of people eating at Baba's, eating at Seashells, going up to Jeffrey Sub on 71st, like doing different things like that. So of course they're gonna be like, oh well, that's the options we have, that's the only options we have, this is it, like it's nothing over here. So when I hear people say that, people get so upset with me when I always say look at the resources in your neighborhood, because like I said, I didn't know I had this. I didn't know I had a vegan restaurant around the corner from me. I didn't know that there was a farmer's market like up the street from me as well that take food stamps, that do weekly farmers markets, different things like that, and it's like ran by majority Black people, which is also amazing. Like different things like that. It's just so amazing to know so many resources that's always out there in the world. And I just want to make this video to just let you know that anything is possible. Like, you can live in a food desert and be vegan. I've been vegan for over 2 years now, and trust and believe, it's possible. I am proof of this. Like, I don't live in the best neighborhood by any means, but I make it do every day. Also, I just want to discuss about traveling, going to different grocery stores, everything like that. Could you guys see that I always go to Trader Joe's, I always go to Whole Foods, and people always ask me like, hey, how close is it to you? And Whole Foods is 1 bus right away. Trader Joe's is 1 bus right away. And I know some people thinking like, who want to take the bus for their groceries? But if it's just me, I don't really mind, because like I said, I'm just feeding myself. Like, I feed other people. Like I said, I'm a food blogger now, and I'm a recipe creator, so of course I'm making more food than the average person because I create new recipes every week. However, even before I did this, I was still on the bus going to Trader Joe's, going to Whole Foods, and was still spending like cheap money and just taking the bus there and just bringing 2 bags of groceries home. And I'm saying this to say, like, even if like you don't have these options, all these is also good for a cheap produce, and a lot of their stuff is organic. They have frozen veggie burgers now. They have so many frozen vegan options and vegan snacks, and it's cheap and affordable. And I always see Aldi's in low income neighborhoods as well, because it's an Aldi's close to me, but it's like the other, I never go in that direction, if that makes any sense, so I don't really go there that often. But if you guys want more Aldi hauls, I can make it a point to actually go there more, because I know more low income neighborhoods have Aldi's and things like that versus other places. But you can always make it happen. Like, anything is possible. Just look at, like I said, look into your community, look into your resources. If you really want to make the change, you will find a way to make the change. If your health is detrimental and is crumbling down, I recommend you to look into options into your community and see if there's a farmer's market near you. See if there are any plant-based restaurants or plant-based sources near you. It's an app I'm gonna link below. It's called Vanilla Bean, and it tells you all the vegan or vegan-friendly places around you that sell food and different things like that, which is so nice. And it's a good app, and it's a free app as well, because like I said, I don't really want you guys spending money that you don't have to spend. So I'm gonna link that below. But yeah, what else was I gonna say? Yeah, back to the grocery. So you have to travel to get food anyway if you live in the food desert. So I would rather travel a little harder or look into like which grocery stores is near me that have the better options, instead of complaining and say, oh well, because you're traveling to get groceries anyway. And just to make it a point to just have more effective work, even if that means buying more frozen produce, or because I buy frozen fruits and vegetables all the time. Like, I buy frozen strawberries, frozen pineapple, frozen mango chunks all the time, because one, it preserves money, because I don't have time to keep buying fresh produce all the time, which is okay, because like I said, I live in a food desert. Like, I gotta actually find time in my day to travel. Like, even though Trader Joe's on my bus right away, like that's like an hour and a half out of my day that I'm taking to go there. And so it's just a lot, like different things like that, like traveling like that is a lot. So I try to like condense things as much as possible. So buying frozen fruits and vegetables, buying beans and rice in bulk is key. Just staying grounded and trying to make a list of things you like and things you want to try. Bananas is one thing you should always keep, because you can freeze them or you can eat them fresh as well. They have organic fruit cups, they have applesauce, different things you can snack on that's healthier, that's at every grocery store that you can have. Just making it a point, because like if you know better, knew better, you'll do better. And if you want to do better, you would, you know, like if he wanted to, he would. That's my favorite quote. It goes for anybody though. If they wanted to, they would. That's key. Like I said, I wanted to make this video because people always bring up the food desert, thing, and I wanted to say, like, yes, it is unfortunate that people live in the food desert. I am one of the millions of people in America that live in food deserts. However, I'm just here to tell you it is possible to eat a plant-based diet living in the food desert. It's possible. I'm living proof. I'm here, healthy, strong, striving to help people, thriving in life. But I just want to come on here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you want to see next. Please let me know how you feel about it. Do you live in the food desert? Do you know anybody who live in the food desert in like small towns who don't really have that many options, and I can look into like ways to help them and resources to help them in those small towns, especially like in the southern states? Just let me know. I'll look into it for you guys if you would like. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.